Yeah, so the video is over.
That was quick. Alrighty,
Yep.
so welcome to another patch breakdown. This is Hex. I'm Havoc, and I'm joined with we've got Indomi, we've got Khan, we've got Phoenix, and I believe that's all we have for today. So say hi, guys.
Hi guys.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Probably
Alright, so Khan's the
gentlemen.
only one who wins there because he said it correctly. Alright. So we got a new patch 8.25, which or 8.25 was delayed because of some bugs, but they have now resolved those issues, and we've now got the patch. So we got 5 new cards as the highlight, and a bunch of fixes and other stuff. So let's start from the top down. We've got so new features. We've now got deck sleeves, and so we've just got some. They've put in some probably placeholder ones or just stuff we can play around with to test it out. I mean, it's nothing too exciting, but whenever you create a deck now, sorry, I should probably actually move my microphone. Probably in front of me would help. All right, so yeah, that should be better. So we've got each player now has 8 sleeves. So when you create a new deck, you can assign whichever image you like the most, and I mean that's stuff that's going to be relevant for when the game goes live. You'll have anyone who's backed Kickstarter will have their exclusive ones, and you'll be able to earn more and stuff from treasure chests and that type of stuff. I would imagine when the game's live. So that's nothing too fantastic. So let's move on to general, unless anyone wants to say anything about those.
My
No.
cards are not
Huh?
getting damage, so I don't
Sorry?
see too much the point of the sleeves. I mean,
Yeah.
it's okay, but
It's fine.
I mean, it's to add a bit of individuality to your deck. You
Yeah,
could
and they're
like,
just testing it, so it's fine. I mean, it's
Yeah.
cool. I'll
like, it'd
probably
be cool
just
if
use
they
those
can.
gray ones.
oh
What I
man,
reckon they should have. Sorry.
I mean, of course, it's purely just a visual
yeah. I
thing.
mean, it's not like
Yeah.
your card is getting pixelated on the borders or something.
I think what they should add is something cool. This is just an idea I've just thought of. Like you can say you're opening treasure chests and you get like the treasure chests have different varying rarities. So say you get a really good one. What they could have is have like a really rare drop where you get like a blank sleeve and then you can upload your own image as your sleeve, and then anybody
not
doing anything
happening.
inappropriate. No, let me finish.
Yeah.
Anybody
Not
doing
happening.
anything inappropriate would get immediately banned. So I mean, sure, people might put a dick as their fucking deck sleeve. And,
This is
they'll
not
get
mine.
banned.
It's
So,
all the
I mean,
people.
if they want to lose
Isn't
their
there a guy
account,
that already
then
has
so
it?
be it. But I think that would be
Not
maybe,
happening. I'm-
finished instead of just immediately thinking people are going to do dicks, which some will, but they'll get banned. So I don't see it as a problem.
Yeah.
But I think that would be pretty cool. That would be like a blank thing. It's like a rare drop that it's a blank sleeve that you can then upload a picture, and anybody doing anything in it. What they could also do is make it so it goes through like a check system, potentially. And then
I'm
if
sure
it's,
there'll be
deep-
plenty of rare sleeves and stuff like that, but I find it hard to imagine that you'd be able to upload your own.
Yeah, I mean it'd be cool. It's just a cool little idea.
I mean,
think
if
it
you
would be-
want
We'll
your own
have, like a
sleeve,
submission process.
if you want your own
I mean-
sleeves, you can probably just
Yeah.
change the image on the files for whatever sleeve you
Oh
want.
yeah, you could do that.
So you
but
can just
no one
see
else
it
will see
yourself, but yeah, no one else
Yeah.
will see it. Which is probably
I wouldn't
the
want that
best.
job. Checking on people's personal pictures for their sleeves, that would be bad.
Yeah.
See goats
Well,
like
like
5 times a day.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's move on to general. So socketable cards now have a visual effect to help them stand out more. So this is represented at the very bottom in Dormy. If you want to scroll down to that, you got an image of Eldritch Dreamer there, and it has the little gem on the side, obviously with a little smoky type effect, and obviously that'll be animated.
What's the
So it'll be
glyphs,
interesting.
too?
Yeah, the glyphs that could be that might be linked to the socket where the glyphs are like highlighted, a glowing sort of thing. So that might not be on every
It
card.
says so in the just below the Eldritch Dreamer. There's a little bit about the runes. It just animated
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. So and something interesting I've just noticed there. What is that little thing? I see how it says Eldritch Dreamer and it's got that little arrow. Anyone know what that is?
Yeah, to go to the back,
Okay, so that's the back. I mean, it's a kind
back
of
or
odd-
the full art, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. All right, so let's go back up
Just-
to the.
Just 1 second, I'll show up the sleeves. Which I believe these are new ones. They are, 'cause
Yep.
they are not the
They're all
Kickstarter. Yeah, they are not the Kickstarter
yeah, they're not
ones.
the Kickstarter stuff. No. So yeah, that's the sleeves.
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah, they look pretty cool. Next change, tooltips for the gem selection window, yada yada. I mean, just a few fixes there. Tournament timers now correctly resets. Now correctly resets
I don't know
matches.
what that means.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Before last patch, you had 50 minutes to play all 3 rounds of the tournament. You go back.
Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, right now I guess they fixed that, so you get like 50 minutes per round instead of 50 minutes for the full tournament, which makes sense.
Obviously, just a good thing.
I had one bug in the game where I won my match. I was going into the second round of the tournament, and I had my previous timer of like 6 minutes left. It's like, what? So I got absolutely rolled in the next matchup because I just ran out of time. But yeah, I only came across that one once. So what else they've done here? They've got the interface for chat has upgraded.
Yeah, we got another chat upgrade. I feel
That's
like we
good.
just got that other one.
What else?
I'm happy about
Improved.
because that's ugly.
They've improved tournament stability, which could be a big thing. I haven't had many problems with the tournaments lately, but I haven't played in
Did you
about...
play tournaments lately?
No, well, not in like the last 5 days or so. I haven't, but before that, I finished a few.
I
But
haven't finished yet one shield tournament, but I got to round 2 more than before, so little by little.
Fair enough, fair enough. All right, so players will now get a warning if they try to save a deck with an empty socket on a card. So that's that'll help new players and stuff. And even you just know, okay, I've saved the deck. It didn't
That
give me
will
any
help.
warning.
That will save life
Right.
in draft and seal.
So
just
that's
saying.
just
It will save
yeah,
lives.
yeah, it will. That's definitely good. So card text scaling has been improved, so I can't actually wait to see that because that could be quite good. If it's anything to do with when the card's zoomed out at its smaller state, will it be?
I'm
somewhat
assuming
readable?
if there's less text, it's going to be bigger font.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's I saw that on some cards already. So maybe now that's going to be a thing for
Maybe
all the
now
cards
it's improved.
Yeah, maybe it's readable now.
Yeah,
without
maybe
zooming.
it's just maybe.
No,
Just
no,
I
but
don't know what
it's
would
a
take
big
that
deal.
away.
Because
Yeah,
new
nowadays.
players, when people stream, ask for what a card does because they cannot read
Yeah.
them well. So if
Yeah,
they
not-
can
not
read
well.
it now without zooming up, will be pretty good for at least for streamers.
Not to mention the fact that text was overlapping, so maybe that's fixed as well.
Yep.
All right, so players can now remove a gem in the socketing interface. What?
Thought I could
Okay.
do that before.
Yeah,
But
that's
okay.
good as well. All right, exiting from the new deck interface will no longer still create a new deck.
That's good.
Okay. Removed several text strings throughout the client. Okay. Buried card animation has been sped up. That's good. That's
Thank
quite
God.
relevant.
That is
Thank
awesome.
That'll
Yeah.
speed games up quite a lot when you're playing against those
So
annoying
good.
mill decks.
Yeah, it
Not
was
only they're
super
annoying
slow.
because they're
Wow.
milling you.
I'd like to
Yeah.
comment about this. At least now you can play a mill deck like once every couple of months and not get called a douchebag, which is going to be fun.
No, I'm still going to call you a douchebag.
I think
Yeah, probably.
I think seriously, last time I played against a mill deck, the game took more time flipping over each card one by
Yeah.
one into my graveyard than actually
absolutely.
play.
Yeah, the thing was that they fixed the
Especially
graveyard
that bug where it flipped over one at a time into my graveyard and then went one at a time over to his graveyard.
bug. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It's like double the
Yeah.
time.
No, but
Crazy.
they fixed that bug that went into your opponent's graveyard last patch, and it made me. It showed every card super slowly because I guess they do it so it didn't bug, and it was painfully slow. Like really painfully slow.
All right,
Hopefully
next
it's much
up.
faster.
All right, so they've added some, improved the hitbox of card linking. That's nothing special. Added text to a card. Added text to a card will now show duplicate added text. What?
That's good. So like, if you have multiple mentalist inspires, it'll show each it'll show each time it's been inspired, so you can actually
Fair
keep track
enough.
of how many times it is. Because before you had no idea. If you,
Well, I mean, I hope it's not going to say the same text twice, and hopefully it's just like.
A
I
little
mean,
X2.
maybe that's
let's
just.
do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to remember
Maybe.
that there's the modify button on all the cards that they added
Yeah,
last patch.
true.
That is not
True.
yet working,
Yeah,
but
it will.
all that will be there.
Yeah, that'll be relevant when that. Yeah, that's fine. So voided cards will now correctly go into the appropriate player's void zone. Long deck names will no longer break the text boundary. All right, so that's fine. So on to the good stuff. We got the new cards. So the first one up, probably one of the better cards from the patch that most people are excited about, is the Bird O'Plenty. So
It's a mobile,
yeah,
right?
6 cost, 1 sapphire. It's a 0/1, so very easy to get rid of with things like mutate and so on, atrophy, yada yada, charge powers. So it's very vulnerable, but if you can protect it with say spell shield, which would actually just make it a good blocker. I mean, ideally the obvious combo is stuff like rage fire onto it. You just hit it yourself, draw some more cards, and keep up the card draw. So I definitely look forward to trying this out. So what do you guys think? And Dormy, we'll start with you.
Yeah, we talk a little bit about this one. Pretty much, it's a really good inspire potential. That you can give it, I don't know, +1/+1/+1, or +2/+1,
Yeah.
or a steadfast or whatever, and then you can attack. They cannot block pretty much.
Yeah, it not having defender is a big deal.
Yeah, not having defender is huge here. It's also not as hard to remove as it seems, because there's not that much that removes it. Also out of blood and chaos key. As you can only kill it with -1/-1 counters. Pretty much. Or murder, so...
Well, and mutate. Like
yeah,
I said.
mutate too, but
I think
most of these...
If you do inspire it though, then yeah, it does make it quite a
quite hard to deal with.
hard thing to deal with. Yeah.
And it's costed with hits everyone, so yeah, go ahead, Karn.
Yeah.
I want to bring up something we didn't bring up earlier, actually. How do you guys feel about having the apostrophe there instead of an F?
I'm so
Is
pissed
he
off
Irish?
that
He's Irish.
Yeah, I'm pissed.
He's
Like,
O'Plenty.
O'Plenty.
So what's the correct pronunciation for a native English speaker?
Bird O'Plenty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Karn?
It would usually be an of, but it's
Yeah.
an O instead.
So
I
Bird
was just wondering
O'Plenty?
what the
It's
purpose
slang.
of it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's just how they want to say it, right?
Exactly, yeah. It's
Yar.
enunciate it properly.
Anyway, yeah. So, anyone got anything else to add, Phoenix?
No,
No,
I
I
think
think-
it's going to be fun to tool around with it. It's going to be interesting what you can do with it just all around splashing it just because of the threshold. I mean, obviously it's not great in all decks, but it's going to be good to see what people can come up with.
I think it's especially decent, and it's probably worth splashing in mono green deck, mono wild ramp decks. As flyers is usually problematic in green decks, so having it is pretty good. Also, this is the ultimate counter to your team. If they have a team and you have this one, I mean, they can actually mill yourself if they go.
Yeah. Unless they've got a wild aura.
Yeah, it's going to be brutal.
Yeah.
It's also one cost
One thing
ahead of
that,
the Stone.
you just made me think of that would actually be kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of probably not going to be great to do because you're going to do probably 3 colors at minimum. But you could potentially inspire it and then also run stuff like the Wild Battle card. I forgot the name of it.
Survival
I
of
forgot
Fittest.
Survival
Yeah,
of
that
Fittest, yeah.
Yeah, that would be actually pretty cool.
Yeah, just have their big creature deal a bunch of damage to your bird.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Draw
fun.
some more cards. Yeah.
I
Especially,
can
I
get
mean,
behind that.
if you can inspire it, then that obviously makes it better because you may also get a kill out of it. But I mean, you don't even need to do that. If you wanted to just say do Wild Sapphire, you could just. I mean, it's obviously not the best usage of the survival, but even if it just gets you cards, like say you make a troop that has 5 damage, you're still getting good card, like great card advantage for 2 cost. So yeah, pretty good. All right, so let's move on to the next card, unless anyone else has anything they would like to mention.
I think we covered it all on that.
All right, so here we're going down. Pronunciation of this, I'm not even going to bother trying. I guess it's like Teltalka.
I say
So
Teltalka, but
talcum powder orc, all right? It's talcum powder. All right.
Teltalka.
So
Teltalka. I call it Teltalka because
Teltalka.
we are close
Alright.
and so on.
So she is a 5-cost, 2 ruby threshold, 4/4, and she reads. Well, I didn't even actually read out the other card, but anyway, I guess most people could see it. But yeah, this one is battles target opposing troop. For 3, which it was 4, now it's actually 3. That's a lot better. So that actually
Yeah, the thing that makes the reason why this is actually relevant, because if you play her out in turn 5 and the next turn you've got a Rage Fire in hand or something, you can then battle with this and then Rage Fire or something else, or Rage Fire the champion. And that's if if you don't hit a resource, you'll still be able to do that, because you'll have the 3 to tap, and then she transforms, and then your Rage Fire is going to do double damage. So you could just win off that potentially, depending on how many previous Rage Fires you've had and how much damage you've done. But yeah, so when when you tap her, you'll make her battle something. If she kills it, she then turns into the High Cleric, which is the cards and effects deal double damage. Which there is a few bugs at the moment with this, with things like Life Siphon. You won't actually get double the life. I think there's probably a few other things.
That's not actually a bug, because Life Siphon is life loss and not actually damage dealt. But yeah, that's actually a difference.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I mentioned that is because that's actually what they mentioned.
No, but they said that it doesn't work. That it works correctly with the life gain effects. So I guess it's
such as the life gain from Life Siphon.
No, not just the life gain from Life Siphon. So just the life gain from like Pony.
From
You
life
attack,
drain.
yeah, you attack, you will be 6 damage, but you will only gain 3 life. I guess is the bug.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they've wrote that with this cleric does not work correctly in some cases. This is on the patch notes here, such as the life gain from Life Siphon. So, yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
it is like the thing is that also Life Siphon is deal. I don't know if it's deal X damage or.
I'm pretty sure it's X damage. Like,
Well, just let me finish.
That's
But
not
it says
critical.
X damage and plus you gain X life. You don't gain the lives equal to the damage. I think, or they changed that a couple of patches ago. Because I know it was you deal X damage and you gain X lives.
yeah, I'm pretty sure they changed it so it's you gain the amount of life damage, based on the damage you
Yeah.
did.
Whatever it
so
is.
therefore, say it does the double damage, you then would gain that much life. Anyway, that's a known bug. They'll fix it eventually. So obviously in the transform state, very powerful card, and she's also a 5/5? Yeah, 5/5. So very hard to deal with. So pretty nice. So she is unique, so you can only have the one out.
It's
Otherwise, that would
pretty
be
freaking
pretty
sweet
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice. It's definitely going to be one of those cards that people are going to want to have.
It's
a bunch
it's one of the reasons to go Ruby.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like there wasn't really
Surprisingly,
much
it's
of a
only
reason
rare.
to go Ruby before.
For some reason, I
Aggro.
thought it would have been a legendary.
Not with
Fair
Spider in
enough.
the format.
Yeah, well, sure.
Well, the Spider now deals 6 damage. Have fun, yeah. Not getting your troops killed with 6 damage.
Venom
Oh,
Star,
boy.
here I come.
All right. So, what do you guys want to say? Anything particular about this card?
I love this card. It's so
Yeah.
good.
All right.
So good.
I like how it's,
I'd like
it's
to
so
say
good
that-
and so straightforward. Like it's just a nice, well-made card in my opinion.
Smash.
Aside from how it works, I'd like to say that her transform state is sexy as hell.
Yep.
And I'd do her.
Totally bang. I like this card so much that I will go melee to Talkas.
Sorry.
I like
I'm not
this
sure
card.
what you said, but I think it might
I
be
only
better
heard
left
something
that
like
way.
Little Tell Tarkas. So
Yep.
like, oh jeez.
Yep. I like it that much.
So wait, so we got Phoenix
Alrighty.
and okay, so there's gonna be a threesome between. All right, let's just skip that. Let's
No,
go on to the next card
did not
before
say
we
that.
Spawn
No,
of
well, before you go,
let's-
I'll
no,
just
come
I'll
on.
emphasize that this card is
Follow
really
the
good
bouncing
because
ball when you sound out this name.
because it actually makes this is also like removal for Ruby, and it's 4 damage, which you can only get with Rage Fire or 2/1 yourself. So it's pretty good because it kills stuff like Dreamer, Butterfly, even if it sacrifices itself, and all that stuff. So 4 is quite a number quite high, and it kills pretty much anything. Even if you need to sacrifice it, but it's still fine. And the effect is the transformation spec is super powerful.
All right, let's go on to the next card. Spawn of Othuyeg.
I didn't get it. Can
I'll
you say it
just-
again?
I'll just call it Spawn of. Oh my God, what the hell is that? Run like hell. Yeah,
It's pretty
that is
pretty,
some freaky. Yeah.
weird art.
Looks like a beholder.
Yeah, I think this is
Right.
the R4
What?
Eye of Oblivion. Unless they change it, but oh well.
Wouldn't want to
They
fall
nerfed
into
this
that
card
gullet.
hard.
So, all right. So let's read out the card here. It's a 2-cost, 1 Sapphire, 1/1 flyer. And it reads, when this troop deals damage to opposing champion, bury the top card of their deck. If there are 10 or more cards in their graveyard, in opposing graveyards, bury the top 5 cards of their deck instead. So it just helps out mill. I don't think too much of it, but I mean, it could be all right. What do you guys think? We'll start with Phoenix.
I mean, it's all right. It's going to have limited uses. Obviously, you can throw it in a mill deck and it's going to help you, but it's also going to hurt you. I mean, Karn touched on this earlier. Like, the one good thing about playing mill and being troopless and everything is that you're kind of making all the removal dead cards. And, once you throw this into your deck, they're going to be able to use all that removal right on that. And, they nerfed it and kind of buffed it at the same time, which is kind of weird. Like, they made it so it deals damage, because before it used to, instead of dealing damage, it used to mill the cards off their deck. But now it deals damage, but instead it used to give you +4/+4, was it? Right?
Yep.
It was +4/+4 if they had 10 or
5/5.
more cards. Yeah. So they kind of nerfed it and kind of buffed it. So I'm probably not going to use this in anything. So we'll see.
Yeah.
The thing about the change is that now you cannot buff it anymore for it to mill more. For example, if there was like a crazy card that is, I don't know, like +X/+X for every Sapphire threshold, well, it will be wild threshold you control till the end of the turn or something like that. Like if you can mill them for like 30 or something, it's not happening now.
Maybe that's why they changed it, because that would be pretty ridiculous.
I mean, it's fine. It's just a combo.
I would cry.
Yeah, it'd just be a small combo. I
Yeah.
mean,
the thing is that
most of the time, it's still a 1/1 for 2.
Yeah.
And before, at least you could have it as a 5/5 flyer that can block stuff. Now it's a 1/1 either way. So I dislike the change. For 1 damage going through for every attack. Not like it too much. It's not that it was super great before.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the reason for that is because, I mean, with a mill deck, you're not trying to kill them with damage, so really it's kind of irrelevant. You just want to be...
Before it actually prevented the damage and only milled them.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
But could it actually kill troops, though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could.
Yeah, so, I mean, again, you got
that was a big upside.
Yeah. So that's,
I mean,
probably
now dealing damage is probably because of the change of Booby Trap. So now you can get the last 4 points of damage if you mill 4 Booby Traps with 1 Sabotage.
That's true.
So I guess that's the reason they change it and so on. But I dislike the change of Booby Trap, and I dislike this change again.
Yeah, that little nerf to Booby Trap I still don't agree with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine, but
Yeah, it's
well,
fine.
I think it's
It's
kind
not like I
of
was running a
necessary.
card. Anyway.
Because, like, when we get more sets and more mill, that could get out of control, that booby trap
Yeah,
would get
I
pretty
agree. But
nuts
still,
later on, so...
with our limited information, we disagree with the change. But
Yeah.
they have their reasons, so they have more knowledge than us. But
I think they know what they're doing by now.
Alright, so let's go on to the next card. It is called Kindling Skarn. It is a 1 ruby threshold, 1 cost, and it's a 1/1. It starts off as that. It is a transform card. And it reads, when an action you played resolves, this troop gets +1/+1 this turn. At the end of each turn, if you played 2 or more actions, transform this troop into Burning Skarn. So Burning Skarn is now a 2/2. And it has the same as before, except now it gets +2/+2 for each action that resolves. And at the end of the turn, if you've played 2 or more again, it'll transform once again into Hellfire Skarn, which is now a 3/3. And then whenever you play a action that resolves, it gets a permanent 3/3. So quite insane. But I still think it's going to be a bit iffy trying to actually get it transforming. Yeah, I mean, there'll be decks and there'll be ways to do it, but you're going to have to probably run a lot of actions, and I mean, obviously you're going to have to run a lot of actions, but trying to do it all in the one turn, like you're probably going to have to hold back, like say you play this out turn 1, the next turn your opponent plays out, make a Howling Brave, you're going to wait till they've got like 2 targets so you can maybe double burn or something like that, so you may have to hold up a turn before you get rid of that Brave. Stuff like that, I think is, yeah. Anyway, so what do you guys think? We'll start with you, Khan.
I'm feeling pretty good about this. It's been a bit of a slight buff since what we saw initially. Now instead of +1/+0, it's +1/+1. I believe the same thing happened in the second form as well. But overall, of course, this isn't something you're just going to stick in any mono red deck because you can't be that creature heavy with this guy. You need to be a lot heavier on the actions. But I think this will have a good home in something like a Ruby Sapphire deck, where you're running a lot of draw cards like Peak and Oracle Song, along with the Burns and Rage Fires and all that good stuff as well. Maybe even something like Suppressive Fire, make sure this guy gets through. And it also is another spell to the count. I feel like this is... It's definitely going to have some homes, but it's not something you can just stick in as an aggro creature in any of your aggro decks. It's not really an aggro creature.
Base your deck around it if you want to do 4 of it, especially. And even if you have to have a decent number of actions, otherwise it'll never transform. So, Indomi, what do you think?
I like this card. I think I disagree a little bit with Khan, and I think that it can see a little bit of play in aggro decks, especially something like the Castrol deck that Mythic said before, because it can make blocking a little bit iffy, because they can block and then you can burn a creature and potentially make both blocks wrong. So you get some advantage there, especially now that it's +1/+1. I think it's a decent 1-drop, but I really like that it has a good combo potential, especially if we get something similar to Storm in Magic. But if they make a card like similar to Pack Raptor, but instead of making Pack Raptors makes I don't know, action that is just draw a card, right, or something like that, it will become insane. So yeah, something that shuffles actions instead of troops into your library will make this guy really, really, really good. And hopefully we see some of those in set 2 or set 3, making this guy something to build decks with.
Yep, I look forward to trying it out.
If anything ever comes out, like a Ponder or Preordain, something like that from Magic, a 1-cost, do something small and draw a card in Sapphire, like that'll just be amazing.
Yeah, it gets out of control. So you just have to keep this card in mind when you see future sets.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah, because
it has big potential.
Yeah, it has a lot of potential. Right now, not as much. Maybe someone can get a good deck with it, but it's definitely one of those cards to check out and think when you open packs of set 2 and set 3.
Alrighty, anything to add, anyone?
Actually, there's one more deck that I think that this would work in. For a little bit, I was playing a mid-range Ruby Burn control deck, and I think just splashing this into there would give you just another win con. And I look forward to testing it out with it. It's not going to completely break the game or anything that, but it's another thing to think about. This. Because I was running like 20-something actions in my Burn control deck, and it would work perfectly in that.
Yeah, there's a deck right now. There's not much people on it, but I seen it and kind of like it in a little way. That is just pretty much no troops and all Ruby and blood action pretty much, for Mordos, for burns, for Rage Fire, for Heatwaves, for Extinctions, for 4 of everything. And try to kill just try to keep the board clear and then just end the game with you have Chimes with Chimes plus Vortex Ground of Chimes or plus Typhon or just a couple of Rage Fires. So you can potentially get this in that deck and maybe do something, because that deck you also play Fulmination. So yeah, so especially more copies than Fulmination. So if you are drawing like 3 cards a turn, getting this guy transforming is pretty easily, and you can get another win con. Like you burn everything your opponent plays, and then you attack with a 15/15. That seems pretty good. And I completely forgot about that deck.
Yep. Alrighty. If nothing else to add, we'll go on to the next card. All right. So the next card is Puck Dreambringer. He's a 2-cost, 2 wild threshold. He's a 2/2, and he has the effect of you tap him and you gain 1 resource, 1 temporary resource for each troop in your hand with cost 5 or greater. So I don't like it too much. Yeah, I'll just start with. We'll start with Khan. What do you reckon?
I think it has a place. It's not straight up fantastic or anything. The double wild definitely puts a big restriction on it, and it's unique. So you're not going to be wanting too many, even if you want them on turn 2 all the time. But it definitely helps out with actually getting out your big stuff sooner. Not exactly sure where I want it right now, because it can't even do something like get a fist out ahead of time, because you're going to need the thresholds for that. So, I mean, you're looking at maybe getting Wrathwood Colossus out a little sooner. Of course, you can get Jadim. There's a couple of things that's good with, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I see
I
potential
don't-
in this guy. You just have to build your deck around it, especially if you have some way of untapping it on the same turn. You find a way that is not through manipulation, that something that is a little bit better. So
Yeah,
you
if
can
you do
get
like One Eye Open.
yeah
get a
something
lot
like One
done.
Eye Open or something like that. And if you build your deck around it, it may be pretty strong. I mean, it's still decent at. I mean, double threshold is makes it like but it's still a 2/2/2, so it's still on curve. So, I mean, I would love to have like 4 of these guys and then play like 40, I don't know, 8 drops or more, and be
Yeah,
able to do it. But
the thing I don't like about it is, like, you can build a deck around this guy and it will work
just when you
if
do
you
it,
have him.
yeah.
But if you don't have this guy, then the deck just kind of falls apart.
Yeah.
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 Another thing I see, like, if you were to do, say you wanted to use One Eye Open with it, and you would do therefore Diamond Wild, you've got no card draw, so therefore you may just have, you've needed to do other actions or, troops or whatever, and therefore you've got really nothing in hand, so you don't gain anything, or you may gain 1 extra resource. There's going to be a lot of situations where it's just not going to give you much of a gain, and then you could just be down to top decking, and therefore he's just kind of useless.
So,
So yeah.
I mean, it will be so good. It was instead of just stopping him, is like all elves you control gain this ability. That will make him so good.
That'd be
Oh
silly.
man, I would love that. I mean, it's not that silly.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what
And
else
you
would be good?
complain about
Just
Spider.
having an elf that you tap to win the game. Yeah, that'd be good.
I mean, if you check your elves in MTG, the legacy deck, I mean, I love that deck. So if we have something like that, I'll play it because I love that deck.
I think to say what I meant in a clearer way, if you build your deck around this guy, your deck's gonna fail without him. But if you build your deck to still be good without this guy, then this guy's not going to be good enough to actually be worth having in the deck. And I
Yeah.
don't think there's going to be a good in between to where he's
Yeah.
useful enough to warrant having him in the deck, but still not too useless.
I mean,
You know.
there's two things about this. Is that first off, is an elf. So right now our first set is not about elves. It's about orcs, humans, dwarves, and what's the other way? And she-hares. So we know that other sets will focus on other races. So hopefully we see some synergies in Vito sets. So you have to get ready for that. And also is that it may be good in limited. Maybe in Consorte is not as great as right now, but maybe in limited is better. What do you think?
That double wild's going to make it a little rough. Also, to consider, how often is this guy going to be consistently better than just having a Howling Brave? Like,
Yeah.
and even especially at unique, like.
The only place I see this really fitting in with the current stuff that's been coming out in the current state of the meta is people running ramp decks that are scared of Zombie Plague and they don't want to be running 4 Howling Braves. So you run 2 Howling Braves and 2 of these or something like that. But it's still so limited that it doesn't really make it worth doing. You know what I mean? But that's one small way I can see people adjusting current decks to kind of change with the meta forming as it is.
Do you think it'll be?
But I still think it's not a great card.
It'll be OP instead of giving 1 resource, we'll give 2.
What was that?
Do you
Might
think?
be too good.
Too good.
Yeah, because then if you have
Yeah.
If you have
Yeah,
two in your
that'd be
hand,
kinda-
then you just play Wrathwood Colossus on 5, and like,
Yeah.
oh.
I mean, it's like you have
That's
a.
a little crazy.
I mean, I don't think it's. Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
yeah. The thing is that yeah.
That's the thing. It's Matt. It's Matt. Like it's not.
I mean, it
it's
is still
not gonna
only
break
troop.
the
So
game.
if you have something that is not troop, like I don't know, like Judgment or something like that, or Comet Strike, you're gonna ramp into that. It's only troop, so
Mm,
still too good.
anyway,
I'm
I
not
mean,
feeling
it's
it.
not
Sorry, I was
great.
looking at chat. We
It
were
doesn't
talking about-
have to be great. Not everything has to have.
Yeah,
has
exactly.
a-
I mean, it is
know.
a rare though, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean that is anyway.
I mean, if you're gonna have a
Maybe-
legendary creature, you're not gonna put that on uncommon or whatever unique creature in this game. He's
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
probably part of the storyline, all that crap. You're not gonna put him at
Mm.
common
Well-
or uncommon.
There's a way to make it better. Make it not unique.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll make it a way more viable card, and it wouldn't like
Yeah.
break the game. They wouldn't have to nerf it after that.
Yeah, I see no problems with this card at all. It's
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
Yep.
It'll definitely be a hit in casual formats, I think, in the future. But right now, there's not really much of the casual stuff, and yeah, it's just
So we need a symbiote first to get this guy running.
not every card needs to be a hit. You know.
True.
Alrighty.
Those are our cards.
That is all. Go ahead,
Havoc.
sorry.
Before you move on, can I get to something
Yep,
real
go
quick?
ahead, man. Go ahead.
Previously, in the show that we did earlier today, we talked about Angel of Dawn that was supposed to be in the patch, and I have some actual in-game quotes from Paladin describing why they didn't put it in this patch, and it's for very good reason. And this is Paladin's quotes word for word. Angel of Dawn got cut because of a bug. And it says, "We didn't think it would be a good idea for her to let you play cards for free when she sat in your hand." So apparently there was a bug where if you had her in your hand, you could play any card you wanted for free. So obviously they cannot let that card into the game. So kudos to CZE for nipping that shit in the ass, because I didn't want to have to deal with that in the proving grounds.
That's not OP. What are you talking about?
That's
Happy that's-
totally fine.
Happy that did not make the patch.
I mean, the card was. If they didn't change the card I think was still too good. So
And I
It's
I
only
also
too good
talked
if you
to Spider.
get it off the top on turn 2. So
yeah, I mean, get it up the top on 3 is still too good.
It's-
But whatever.
good, but-
See.
what were you about to say, Phoenix?
Also, Spider has been fixed, the bug. It now correctly is played for the cost that it shows, like if it gets
Yeah, it's the
bounced.
top of the gameplay list.
Yeah,
You
And
guys want to move on to that?
yeah, and I'm
Sure.
gonna
I'll let
I'm gonna
Phoenix finish.
go over Paladin's description of this as well, because it's the first one. Paladin says, and I quote, "Not fixed as in neutered, fixed as in works as intended," which makes me kind of think that they feel as though Spider is where it should be. So I don't know if we're going to see a nerf on that anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't think we will, honestly. They're probably fine with there being a couple of outstanding power cards in the set. And yeah,
21.
I'm sure
for-
once we get the rest of this set, we'll have some more stuff to deal with it in the other colors, or at least be just as powerful in the other colors, even if it doesn't straight up deal with the spider. Like, I mean, we're still missing the Ruby Major Gem creature, and I think that's going to be a big player once that finally gets in.
That is a 2/2.
So,
Remember that.
yeah.
Where's the tutu?
No, the prime socket from
Yeah, no, I was
from
kidding.
Ruby is a 2/2. But just for anyone that didn't know what the changes were to the spider as working as intended, is that the major gem it actually cannot target the spell shield troops, and when it goes to the stack, it will show what troop is going to get damaged by it, and you can respond to that activation, which currently you couldn't. So that's the changes that they are talking about.
I hope that does mean now that we can, the player casting the spider can also respond to that trigger.
Yep.
Because previously you couldn't at all, where the other player could.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll find out.
Havoc is also going to to say something about the gameplay, which is also buffed to Inquisitor. So,
Sorry, what?
no, that you are going to read something in the near future, especially when we go to gameplay.
Oh,
That is
okay.
buffing
So
to
let's.
Inquisitor, so
Yep.
we'll talk
I
about
mean,
it a little
now.
more there. Yeah.
We can just go down the list.
Yes, I'll start. I mean, the first one, Inquisitor now correctly modifies. We've already talked about that.
Yeah.
But Wild Orb of Primordium now has the correct threshold requirement again.
Yeah.
There's the
Doppel-
+1/+1
Yep.
gem, and even though it shows 1 on the card, it was acting like you needed 2 for a while, and now it correctly shows as 1.
That's
Or it's
good.
correctly working as 1. So
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So Doppelgadget can no longer incorrectly target shapeshifter artifacts. Flock of Seagulls now correctly is dealt damage from battle effects because that's outside of combat, the combat phase. Survival of the Fittest will no longer incorrectly resolve if one of the troops is destroyed or changes zones as a response. So if you try to bounce your troop to hand with, like, say, a time ripple, then the Survival of the Fittest will just, fizzle, basically. So that's good. As enter play triggers now correctly resolve before enter play triggers. So I guess this is what you guys were referring to.
yeah, stuff gets
This is
inspired
big.
before other interplay stuff actually happens. So the Ruby damage gem is going to work a lot better, as if it wasn't working good enough already. Along with stuff like Pyromancer and Swordsman, or whatever it's called. If you do all that, Sword Trainer, I think it is.
Yeah, so
And then also Sniper of Gawain is actually good now. How about that?
Yep.
Man, I think
Absolutely.
this
So that's
always
gonna be
they
good.
wanted to be that way. Still, a
Yeah,
Sniper of
it's-
Gawain is a little bit iffy because you need before in the graveyard or in the graveyard with Blessing of the Fallen. So while it's a decent card, it has some
I think
setup problems.
this actually makes Princess Victoria a lot better because all these interplay effects actually work with Life Drain now, which is a big deal for like Legionnaire of Gawain, who's dealing a
that's-
ton of
that's
damage to
brutal.
everything. So I think that might actually become a playable card now, especially with that tiny little buff they did to it a few patches ago, making it from a 3/3 to a 4/4. I think
Huge.
Legionnaire of Gawain could actually, like Inspire as a whole, could actually be a
Provided-
pretty solid deck now.
Provided all the prerequisites, all the troops to inspire him don't get eaten by spiders. Provided that. So, that's still pretty iffy.
Destruction
All right,
Dreamer
so that's
too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's obviously going to affect a lot of cards, and that is a good change. That they fix that. That's going to change the way people play things and the way the order and stuff. So that is quite good. So Zombie Plague, I think, has just had a wording change. Like stuff is now getting voided. Or was
Yeah,
that
it worked already this way, but it wasn't worded this way. So the main difference with this and the text before is that before it actually transformed your opponent's troops into zombie and put you into your battleground, your side. So that means
Yeah,
that you
put
could
them
revert
under
the zombies to their original creatures.
Yeah.
And
Gotcha.
they will become whatever. So that's probably a little bit too powerful, whatever. So
Yeah.
Well, I know
Or
why they
it's
did
just
this.
something that they didn't want to have happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, it's because of that reversion kind of bug that was in there before. It wasn't a bug, but it was obviously not
Yeah.
what they intended.
yeah,
This
probably
is a
because
much
reversion
cleaner-
revert every
cleaner way.
zombie in the deck. So
All right, so that's all the gameplay things there, and now we've got the known issues for the patch. So one of the new cards, the Spawn of Oh My God, what the hell is that? Power is triggering off 9 cards.
yeah, instead of 10.
Instead of 10, so that's
Instead of
not
10.
a big deal, but, whatevs.
Banned.
Sure.
No, I'm just joking.
It banned, obviously. Yep, not in the tournament tomorrow. Can't play that one. On Zoom cards in the collection, the hitbox of the gem selection button is slightly lower than it should be. Gem socket visual effects are not appearing in all cases on smaller versions of the cards. And then we've got Whispers can now only be seen from the social tab. And there's a bug with, with Telka, where, in some cases you don't get the life gain doubling sort of thing. All right, so that is pretty much all of the patch notes. I believe, all the below is just, if you were to go onto the website HexTCG and look at their latest post, you can have a look at all the deck sleeves and all that various stuff. But that's pretty much it. The patch is, yep, if you load up your client, the patch will download. I probably should have done this earlier.
Yeah, there's
But,
2 hour downtime, so it's fine. So the
Yeah,
other,
you
the
still
other,
got plenty of time.
the other thing we can talk about a little bit is the Corey Jones blog post.
Oh, yes, that's a good point.
Yeah,
So I've
yeah.
still got that open. So
Yeah, can you give me the link because I don't have it open this?
actually,
process.
if you just go back, like go to the main page, they've actually made a new post about the pack opening
Oh
stuff.
yeah. Never mind.
So if you click the pack Kraken, the hex update there, we'll go over to that.
Yeah, just
And,
1 second because there's an
Yep.
art there in the blog, which is sweet. And by sweet I mean
Find it.
boobs, big boobs.
What?
Big boobs.
All right. So
It's right now on the
oh.
stream, so
oh right, okay. I thought you said something else. Never mind.
boobs.
So, yep, anyone who hasn't seen this yet, we've got a first look at the pack opening experience and also the Wheels of Fate experience. So what, the pack opening is self-explanatory. You know, you open your packs, you get this nice looking effect. Your cards fly out of this like pool type thing,
Full type.
and you got some boobs. You got some boobs.
I mean, Havoc. The
Sure.
real name, the
Alright,
correct
so-
name is Boob Cube.
Boob cube. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No. The cards fly out of this bird bath, the titty bath. All right. So yeah, we got the picture. That's all you wanted to put up on the stream, didn't you, Norman?
Yeah.
I just loaded it up just to see what you were doing. So all right. So here's something. Now this is something Neo pointed out to me. If you actually zoom in on her, right? Zoom in on her face. She has a 5 o'clock shadow, and once you've seen that, you can never unsee it.
5 o'clock
So you'll
shadows.
be like,
what
"Oh,
is that?
no."
What is that?
She has a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. it
Still.
just makes it so-
Oh
Coming
man,
up.
yeah. Doesn't matter. We'll
Yeah,
bang
once-
anyway.
It might just be the lighting.
Yeah, it's just the
It's
lighting.
scratchy.
Because you can see it on the shoulders too, and I don't
I mean,
think
it's
that's
not like
right.
my face is going to be focused on her face.
Well,
It
Hairy
doesn't
bitch.
matter.
Sorry? Yeah, you'll be.
My
you'll
face is going to be
like-
buried somewhere else.
Yeah. All right.
You guys
So
are terrible.
let's calm down here. Come on.
I
Calm
hope
down.
they don't update the art like they updated.
Indomi,
the Yeti.
put your boner away. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. So, all right. So, anyone who hasn't seen that yet, definitely check it out. The pack opening video is there. It looks pretty cool. I like it. And then we got the Wheels of Fate, which is a bit more interesting because, I mean, this is something we didn't really know about. We knew about the treasure chest and the different rarities of the chest, but they've also now added in a slot machine thing where you can, basically spend your gold from doing PvE and spin this machine, and that could maybe upgrade your chest to a better rarity, or you might get a free spin plus an upgrade, and you
I
could
think
just
the
get
chest
tons
is
of
already
different,
fully upgraded.
All right, so I think we could go bigger, but yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah,
So,
bigger is
it's
always
a
better.
pretty cool. No, I don't agree there, Indomi. Like you've seen I don't know if you've seen it, but there's people with like watermelons, man. Like that's just wrong. Anyway,
Yeah. Also,
um,
those people break watermelons with their watermelons.
I shouldn't have said anything.
what have you done, Khan? All right, so
Shame on you, Karn.
yeah, Khan,
For
you dirty
shame.
bastard. You're such a dirty bastard, Khan, making us think these dirty
Hey,
thoughts.
I didn't put that
You've
there.
ruined my pure mind.
He's the Hex Tex bad boy.
Yeah. All right. So
Behave
yeah, I mean
yourself,
that's
Karn.
cool. I reckon this is gonna be a really good feature to the game. You know, anything this type of stuff. You know, it's a lot of fun. People like slot machines, regardless if they win money.
I just like
You know,
Inferno.
Sorry.
I just
Oh,
like
get
Inferno.
over it. No, Indomi. This is not time to talk about Inferno.
I hate that
Just
card.
no. All right. So a cool thing about treasure chests, as mentioned in this post here, is you will have you can get many different prizes and stuff from the chest. You know, from things like an extra pack of cards or all this sorts of stuff. But you can also get exclusive alternate art cards, which is pretty cool. So one example they've gave there is a Hex engine. So just something a bit different, and I reckon that's a pretty cool feature. So yeah, I mean, I've said this many times when it comes to Hex. Pretty much the way I see it is what Cryptozoic have done is they've taken, what's every aspect you can of a trading card game or any game really, and said what can we do that they've done in the past that we can now make better. So you look at the pack opening experience. You got not only do you have chances to get primal packs, you've got the treasure chests, which then you've got a slot machine, and it just one. That's a game onto itself, really. People could spend hours just sitting there on this slot machine, spending all their gold and getting all this awesome stuff, and
Slot
just
machine
you
in quotations.
could. Yeah, let's no. All right, so yeah, it's yeah, I reckon it's just really good, and I can't wait to try it out in the closed beta with the all the pack opening and the drafting is going to be great. We should get that soon. I think actually, Phoenix, did you have something you wanted to mention about drafting? You had some information maybe, or
Oh yes. Another quote from Peloton. He said that next week is too soon for draft, but they're moving forward with the testing on it. They have been making strides, but they're just not quite there yet. But they are working on it, so look for that in the future sometime. I don't know when.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 2 weeks from now. Like I reckon that they'd probably be able to hit that. That is my face Crowdia. Just a heads up there. Someone in the chat saying I should show my face. Yeah, that's my face. I'm a dog. I am. I'm a talking dog. Like, you got a problem with that?
He barks sometimes. Don't get him angry.
The funniest thing is he's a talking female dog, so he's a bitch.
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah, that's pretty much, definitely check out that stuff if you haven't seen it already. You can go to Corey's blog as well, which is Corey Hudson Jones at, well, not at, but, .tumblr.com. And,
yeah, I post the relevant info on the chat if you want to check the.
Yeah, I'll paste
Corey Jones.
For...
This is the actual link that you want to check out.
So yeah, I mean, if you want to look at the boob picture of Lady Luck there, then Indomi's link will help you out. So she's actually called Kismet. I don't know if that's pronounced right, but I mean,
I think the correct pronunciation is Boo Smith.
So we'll just call it
there's
boobs.
There's actually like a little furry bat on her shoulder. I didn't notice that before.
It's actually mentions that because it says she is the primal of
luck. The primal of luck.
Yeah, she's basically the primal of luck. You got the different primals in the game. Like most primals are, we've seen are dragons, but she's the primal of luck, and
it's like a hamster with horns and demon wings.
It's it's obviously just there because it's wants to look at her boobs.
I will close the door when I'm talking with her.
It looks like he's gnawing on that coin.
Yeah, it does. It does look to be the case.
Yeah, we have a bag to put the bat in, so no problem.
Yeah, but anyway.
Anyway, enough of the boobies. Look, we all know we all love boobs. We don't need to keep going on about it.
I mean,
so,
just saying, while this picture was here, we got more viewers, and guaranteed. You have no proof, but I guarantee it.
Okay, let's test out your theory then. So from now on, the show is just boobs. So boobs, 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 boobs. And Khan, what do you think about boobs, boobs, and boobs?
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phoenix boobs, Indomie boobs.
Was there anything else to cover on his blog?
We got an extra viewer.
Well,
it works.
Yeah, there's one more thing of note that we need to cover. You want to wrap this up? You want to go over the last thing?
Do I want to wrap it up? I don't know. What's the last thing?
The announcement from Shaggy.
Oh yeah.
Righty. Yeah, that is Shaggy's gone.
Yeah, Shaggy.
That's it from Shaggy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Shaggy is out of there. He's decided to he got an offer or something apparently, and he's decided
he's pursuing job elsewhere.
Yeah, pursuing
moving
something. So that does mean they have a community manager position open. So if you think you're good for the job, or you just want to get in their offices and find out all the goodies.
Yeah, we'll give you our Hextech email so you can email us all the links you want. You want to apply?
Yeah, but they do have application stuff on their site on that latest patch, or second to latest.
The Hex Your Date Pack Rocking. I'll go over it a little bit.
Yeah.
Just on the end. Here.
So anybody who's interested in that, go check it out. You'll be up against
I'm just-
Mythic.
Yes, you will.
If you want to support Mythic, that's so.
Yeah,
Any way
if you guys have any ideas about who would be a good community manager, wink, wink, you need to
Mythic.
go on the forums and let CZE know, because I know they would appreciate it greatly.
So, in a serious
Oh, yeah.
note, well, that's a serious note, but
Did Indomi just say the word serious?
He did.
What?
yeah, okay.
Yeah, he hasn't done
I'll
that
just
all
froze
night.
over.
I mean, it's 2 a.m. here, so you have to cut me some slack. But yeah, what I was going to say is that there was about Cody's block in the, there was some threads on the forum that was talking about that they dislike a little bit the Wheel of Fortune because you actually need gold to roll it. So for those who doesn't know, gold is the PvE currency. So if you are full PvP or almost full PvP, you're not going to get gold that easily. And it may feel like a
Well-
chore to update your chest and stuff.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it will be tradable.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
it'll be
people
tradable.
could just, say you win some packs from your PvP, your drafting and so on, you could just get some gold for packs, and if
Or
you
even
wanted to
just
do that,
trade
or
money for gold.
I mean, you may
Yeah.
not even just care about the treasure chest, so you could just sell those on the auction house for more packs or whatever
Yeah.
the case may be.
I'm
But
sure
I mean, there's going to be plenty of
some
options. There's
stuff.
going to be plenty. Yeah.
And we don't even know all of the specifics right now, so there's no point in saying they're doing it wrong or something.
No, I don't say they're doing it wrong. Just to ask your opinions about it, because there's a thread in the
Yeah.
forums. So.
Well, I don't know
I'm
enough
really
to make
excited for it.
an informed opinion on it. So
Okay.
So we'll just say boobs, and that's it.
Yeah.
End
Oops,
of the
Cube
show.
is great.
yeah,
Alrighty. So I guess we're done. So thanks everyone for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the show, and hope you enjoyed the boobs. And
Especially the boobs.
keep stopping by. We'll have more boobs in the future. We've always got these 3 other boobs on the stream here in Dormy, Phoenix, and Carl, and we'll have more boobs.
We have to keep them leash because they want to show nipples on stream every time. We say that
Hey, I
no,
mean,
but-
if that's what the
Maybe.
viewers want.
Just maybe you'll get some Bella boobs. Oh, jeez.
Ooh, just lower that camera a little bit, Havoc.
But yeah,
get
what
six-
what
you
Arctic
get
one
6 in one.
as Bloody Trace has saying is it's really good.
What did you say?
That they making the Wheel of Fortune make costing gold makes PvPers makes trading cards for gold like a good option.
Yeah.
So it helps the PvE free economy. So they can
There's
get
people
some
who are just like,
PvP
especially
cards.
people who did a lot of Kickstarter and are going to have like heaps and heaps of packs. They're going to have too many cards. That they're going to get their sets and stuff filled out, and then they'll have
You can never have
plenty of stuff.
too many cards.
Sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
you can. I'm
You
sorry, but
cannot
you can.
have. No.
No,
I
you
really do.
can't.
I do like how this game is not going to be very expensive at all, though. By the looks of things,
It's really
it's
good.
nice.
Really good price model, and it's very easy for people to just go, oh, it's $2 and that's all I need to pay for. And then if I want to do some events, tournaments and stuff, you pay an extra bit. But otherwise, it's just $2 for a pack of cards, and you got the VIP stuff as well. And that's pretty much it. There's really not much else you're spending money on, if anything, really, besides
Especially if
tournaments,
you're-
packs.
Play a bit of
And
PVE. You can always earn
Yeah.
some stuff.
You can just earn
Good,
everything.
good stuff.
If you're,
Yeah, you have to
Well,
remember that
so
there
yeah,
can be extra packs in your treasure chest. So you can get
so Nero just.
Backception.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll have
But yeah,
more than
Nero-
1k copies of Comet Strike. I know that Nero
Yeah.
has make an oath that he will give my first Comet Strike. He'll trade it away from me. So I can play it. So I have a Comet Strike donation inbox where you are going to be able to donate the Comet Strikes. So I can play them.
Account that just has a bot that just accepts comment strikes.
Yeah, I mean
So
one of
any
my
other
gives
card,
will have
just trade.
Comet Strikes in every deck. So
just 40 comment strikes, some lands.
if I could, I'll play that deck every time. I mean, I will even play
Alrighty.
James with Comet Strike, so I can Comet Strike while Comet Strike.
Yes. Alrighty. We're going a bit crazy. I mean, we're not going crazy. We are crazy. We're the Hex Techs, and That's it. We're done.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Make sure to tune in tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is going to be big.
Make sure to tune in tomorrow. The tournament is, provided there's no bugs introduced this patch and everything goes smoothly, there will be the tournament. And we're
Even
gonna
with
have,
some bugs, we'll work through it.
Yeah, we'll work.
As long as everything doesn't just explode.
So if any one of you has somewhere, someplace good to pray that the patch is goes well tomorrow, please go. We'll appreciate it a lot, because it can be really iffy tomorrow and really bumpy. Hopefully it's not bad. I don't have the best of expectations right now.
All right, so thanks again for everyone for joining us. The downtime is still another, I think, 45 minutes.
Yep.
It may get extended, hopefully not. But patch your clients, get ready, and we'll see you all in game. Thanks again.
Bye bye.
Toodles.
Oops.